Most traders spend hours every weekend scanning random charts, watching alerts, and hoping something sticks. But what if you could build a watch list full of A+ setups in just 10 minutes, using a screener that actually fits your strategy and not someone else's? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the exact screener I use to spot momentum swing trades. The exact same one that helped me grow my account over 1000% in just the last 5 years. This screener is basically the backbone of how I trade. It helps me cut out the noise, focus only on the high quality setups, and build a consistent process. All of that without spending hours every day on charts. But this won't be a copy and paste tool. I'll show you how I actually use it, walk you through my settings, and then build a watch list live so you can actually see how everything ties up together. So let's jump in. Alright guys, so this is a completely new TradingView account. As you can see, we have no watch list on the right. Our screener, actually we don't have any screener because there's 8,100 something stocks that we can go look right here in the screener section of TradingView. Only thing that there is on this TradingView account that isn't normally there is this GenCorp AI, which is my indicator. But if I remove it, this is how your TradingView account should look normally, except that these candles will be red and green. But I work a lot better using these colored candles because I've been working with them for a lot of years, and it is the exact same thing for this indicator. But other than that, this is a completely new TradingView account, so we'll get right into building our stock screener. And once that our stock screener is built, we're going to use it to build, let's say, a 5 stock watch list using the exact criteria I look for when I trade in real time. Alright, so first, let's open up our screener so we actually can see things. The first step will be to remove basically all of these filters and all of these column symbols. Just click on them and remove. So I'm going to do every single one of them, and we are going to add some of them afterwards. I like starting up fresh, that way we only add the ones that we use. And now we do the exact same thing for these right here. So remove. I'm going to leave market cap because I know we add it afterwards. And I'm also going to leave sector because I keep it. Alright, so now performance. So this is the only one that we need to add in these columns right here. So 3-month performance, and I like it like this and sort descending. So yeah. The highest performing stocks are up top, and I mean, you can go and start browsing to all of them, but we don't have any filters for now, so we still have over 8,000 stocks to look through, and honestly, if I go through all of them, it might take my entire weekend. So now we are going to add filters. First filter is performance, once again, 3-month performance. Alright, so now this one we are going to put 30% and above, and as you can see, we have 8,000 stocks, and if we enable it, you're just down to 2,000, and this is just with one filter. So we are going to do this with a lot of other filters. Next one is volume times price. Price times volumes work perfectly, 1 day. And this one we are going to put a manual setup between, and it will be 1 million. I think this is 1 million, yeah, and 750 million. This is one more. Alright, so I'll just do this once again. So this is going to be 750 million. Alright, so now we have only 1,000 symbols, which is getting better and better. Alright, next one will be exchange, if I can type it correctly. And we are going to put AMX, NASDAQ, and NYSE. This, alright, so this is perfect. Make sure this is like this. Every 1 minute is important. Next one will be volatility. This is 1 month volatility, and it is what is it? I think 3% and above. All right, yes, 3% and above. Sorry if I'm looking down. I have my step-by-step screener set up on my phone. So I want to make sure that everything is correct. Everything is exactly like mine. So I look at every detail, but this one is 3% and above, and we are down to 700 stocks. Next one will be ADR, so average daily range. You know how much I love this indicator. We are going to put 2% and above. And the last one will be symbol type, and we are going to put common stock. Alright, so I believe this is the last one. We are going to save, for example, I'm just going to put GenCorp screener. save it, and now it is saved. So we have 680 symbols in total. Obviously this depends pretty much on market conditions. A couple of months ago, when the entire market was going down, I only had, for example, 150 stocks, I believe, and now we have almost 700. It is already far better than the 8,000 that we previously had. And what I normally do, as you can see, we don't have any watch list, right? But I go through this stock screener and I pretty much go through all of the stocks that are in the screener, and if I see something that might be worth watching, for example, if this aligns, this might not be a bad add-on to the watch list. It is not perfect looking, but it is far from being bad. For example, it is, yeah, so let's say this is good looking. ADR is at 20%. This is really great. Volume 2.1 million. It is lowering, I believe. All right, this is pretty average. Yeah, I'm going to add this one. It has a great range. SRM, I already know that this one is a good stock. BSGM as well. Because I mean, a lot of them, like, yeah, this grip, it had a great day yesterday. ASST, a lot of them, I mean, I already went and looked at them, build my personal watch list. I'm just going to go and look at them with y'all as well, so you can see exactly how I process. So I just go through all of them pretty much one by one. I do this pretty fast. I mean, you'll get faster and faster with experience. This isn't that bad looking. It had a great range right here, but this is a biotech stock. I avoid biotechs because a lot of times they gap up and down extremely fast, and this isn't what we want, especially if we are holding, for example, overnight. TSSI, I mean, this has some potential. I'm not going to add it because the range isn't as clear, so some of you guys might find it more difficult that way. But yeah, I'll just try and add, for example, these stocks that I think have the best looking range. This was a really great move. Wow. But as you can see, I mean, this is pretty simple. All you do is just go through. This looks really great. All you need to do is pretty much just go browse through all of the stocks in your screener and just add the ones that you think have a great range. Our range is beautiful. It's starting to get parabolic. Today I had a really insane day and closed pretty weak. But obviously there's no setup yet. There's no actual setup. If it starts to consolidate right here, for example, it will be a great add maybe next week, I mean. But for now, there's no setup. This can actually be a good setup. Sidara, I think, yeah. Sidara, this one, I believe it is a biotech company, so I'm going to skip it. And actually, to know if it is a biotech company, what I do, which one is it? Yeah, this one. For example, if I add it, now it's in the watch list. Here, it's going to either say up top biotech company, and if it doesn't, if you want to make sure, you scroll, and yeah, so it is indeed a biotech company. So I'm just going to remove it. I know it because I mean I know this stock from previously. I already looked at it, and yeah. But if you guys don't know, just go and confirm if it is a biotech or not. This could be extremely good looking if it was above its 200 SMA, but now, I mean, if we zoom out, this is pretty weak. As you can see, it just in a major downtrend. Yes, it's gaining a bit of momentum right here, and it started to consolidate. So it actually has a great range like this. So this is a beautiful range, actually, a really, really beautiful range. It's tightening, volume is drying up completely. Like the range, it would be pretty hard to get better than that, but it is weak. It's in a major downtrend. It's far under the 200 SMA. Yes, it's a high ADR, for example. I could add it, but I personally don't like trading these, so I'm not going to add it. And for example, if I were to trade this or under the 200 SMA, for example, first of all, I would go with lower risk in the position, and I also would use the 200 SMA as a price target. So as soon as it touches the 200 SMA, so this green trend line, this green line, I will take some profits and move my stop loss to break even, just in case it bounces of it and reverses. This is exactly what I do when I trade under the 200 SMA. Again, I do this because it can be a big resistance. Like 10 SMA, 20 SMA isn't that bad, but 50 can be tricky, and 200 SMA can be extremely it can be an important resistance. So I actually prefer to stay not conservative, but you know what I mean. Now this pharmaceuticals, this can be scary. Yeah, first of all, it's under $1. And is it a biotech? It's not a biotech, but it's under $1. I don't like trading penny stocks, so I'm going to remove it, but setup could have been there just above the 200 SMA, so it's not that bad looking. I believe we were something around here, maybe. This isn't bad. What's market cap? There is no volume. All right, so I'm going to add one more stock, just so we make it a nice number of stocks that can watch this. I think we'll have 3 stocks. But I mean, you guys probably know my process now. It's pretty simple actually. As I mean, once you have this stock screener, you just go through it, and you just go through all of the stocks. And one thing that's good to know is, for example, stock sector, which is why we have them. For example, with sector rotation, I go through all of, for example, market cycles, sector rotations, and anything like, for example, economic cycles that aligns with the market cycles. I go much more in details about these subjects in the Market Navigator online course, so I'm not going to talk about them that much here. This has a low ADR. ADR under 4, I don't really like them unless it is a perfect setup, for example, but it just means that it moves pretty slow. So if I buy some shares and if I put my money into that stock, I mean, I don't want to waste this buying power by adding it to a stock that's moving on average 3% per day, when I can have a similar setup, for example, this one is 25% ADR. So I much rather use my buying power to add to these fast moving stocks before these lower ones. I trigger this one ADR over 2 because I mean, I could do 5 or manual setup, but sometimes in some very rare cases, there's some good setups. I have, for example, 3.5, 4% ADR that I'm willing to risk on because I mean, this setup is looking so great. So this happens from time to time, but other than that, I look over anything over 4% ADR. Yeah, this isn't bad looking. ADR is a bit low, a bit on the lower 4% end, but yeah, let's say this aligns pretty well. Yeah, so I'm going to add it, and now I mean, just flag it, and now we have your watch list. What I like to have in my watch list is SPY, because I mean, it's a good indicator of the overall stock market health. As you can see, we closed again at an all-time high, and the exact same thing for QQQ, which is another good market health indicator. So I add them, and I also add Bitcoin. For example, yeah, this one. So I have SPY, Bitcoin, and QQQ as overall market indicators. My favorite one is SPY. This is the S&P 500 Trust. This is basically the 500 biggest companies in the United States. So it's pretty much a good representation of how good companies are doing, and it drives of market health. As you can see, this ADR is under 1%. It is extremely low, but we don't actually trade these, for example, SPY or QQQ or Bitcoin. Like, I don't trade, first of all, I don't trade crypto. And this, for example, SPY and QQQ is, some people will trade that using options, but it is more for day trading. And as a swing trader, I look individual stocks like these three that we added. And if I see a breakout, for example, if it keeps rising and it breaks out, it breaks above this blue trend line, for example, and it starts to get above and to show some strength, have a lot of volume, then this is where I'm going to buy this position. And a lot of times, I mean, it did pretty much the exact same thing right here earlier. So for example, it had a small range right here, and this day, as you can see, May 16, I'm going to zoom a bit. So this day it broke out, and look, just after the breakout, sorry, it went and did at its peak, it was a 250% move, and it closed in just 6 trading days at, for example, 185%. So this is the type of move that I usually look for. I buy when there's a breakout. If there is no breakout, I just don't buy, because I mean, I look for breakout confirmation. If it isn't breaking out, I don't force an entry. But yeah, in general, this is how I go through all of my scanner, look for example, 30 stocks worth adding in my watch list. I say 30 because 30 is the limit using the free TradingView account. So I used to have a bigger watch list. I think 30 is well enough, and a lot of people I've been trading with in the mentorship actually use the free version of TradingView, so they are limited to 30 stocks. So what I do, I choose 30 of my favorite looking stocks. If I see some more of them, I just keep looking at it. I take some notes, or I put in my phone, and I know that I can look at them. But when I send out my watch list, there's always 30 stocks, so that everyone that's using the free version of TradingView can actually have the same watch list as me. Just because there's 30 stocks in my watch list doesn't mean that I will enter these 30 stocks. Usually the big majority of them end up going nowhere. But that's how I filter, let's say, 3 to 5 great looking setups each week in just a couple of minutes. And as you can see, I don't waste time on bad looking stocks. And this stock screener is just one tiny part of the entire process I use and teach inside my mentorship. If you want to trade live with me every week and start using a strategy that actually works, you can check out my full free guide and join my free Discord using the link in the description. I also mentor traders one-on-one, but spots are limited. If this video helped you, drop a like, share it with your friends so more people can actually see something that works. And if you want to level up your trading, subscribe to this channel, because we are going to go crazy in 2025. Now, thanks for watching. Let's get back to work. And as always, guys, lock in, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one.